Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video. My first time making a video on this, Super Mayhem. Finally a new season has come back and I'm here to give you a guide on how to win pretty much every fight you make, which makes it easy to get high ranks because you can't lose in defense. Well, people can fight you but you won't lose any trophies, so you will only be gaining from here on out and hopefully you will get good rewards because Mayhem is definitely worth pushing, but a lot of people slack on it. So I'm here to teach you how to properly do Mayhem. So I will show you. I have 3 teams as everyone else, and the thing about these 3 teams is that it's basically like rock, paper, scissors. These teams counter each other. The first team, a scam team, will always be countered by the second team, which is a speed team, usually featuring Madeline. But the speed team will be countered by your standard team, which is usually with Hollyberry and Pitaya. And how to counter the standard team? Then we go back to team number 1, the speed team, which just makes this rock, paper, scissors. And if you know what to use against the enemy, you will just guarantee a win almost every time. So I'll just show you how to build these. Now, first team, this will be your scam team. Scam teams are very easy to identify. They pretty much always have donut and caviar in them. And if you see those, you already know you're fighting a scam team. So, right into the toppings. Keep in mind, for Mayhem, topping substats are completely disabled. So you can just throw whatever the hell you want on them. It will work. For donuts, because we need them to have a shorter start, we will be using 4 DR pieces and 1 cooldown, because we need that cooldown for 3%. Then, margarine, we will just be running full attack on him. I've also seen people use red velvet or brute, but I find margarine to have the best success out of all of them, because this is the hardest team to win with. You really have to push and try your best. Then, caviar, as every other time, he will always be on full attack and he is meant to revive and use his skill again. Now, here comes the wiggle room. I am using Moonlight on full attack and Vampire on full DR, but there are a lot of alternatives here. A lot of people like to replace, for example, Vamp with Squids, or they like to use a BP instead. You can really play around with your scam team quite a lot and just see what works best for you, but I recommend these because if your team gets bursted, at least Vamp revives. BP does not revive, Squid does not revive, at least Vamp does. But yeah, you will always be using this against the standard Pitaya teams. Every time you see a team like this, it's either like this or with Capskin, but this one is better, you will be using this team. Now, team 2. Team 2 will be your speed team, which is commonly associated with Madeline and the Ropes Treasure. A lot of people are using Kunaman in their speed team, but I am not. Why? Well, I think this speaks for itself, because in Mayhem you don't have topping substats. Your promotion matters a lot more, and if you have a poor promotion on Kunaman like me, don't bother using her, just use these. As for team, it will be Brood, Capsaicin, Milky Way, which can also be replaced by Yam, but I find Milky Way a lot better. Madeline, very important, have his candy too. It doesn't need to be level 10, but I recommend it to be level 10, at least. And then BTS. So, toppings, very easy. Full damage resist on Brute, full attack on Capsaicin, full damage resist on Milky Way, also full damage resist on Madeline. This is important because he should be the one staying alive. And, as always, full cooldown on BTS. You can also replace your rare scroll with a epic one, but rare scroll is more survivability and that's definitely what you want in Mayhem. And, as always, this team counters the scam team. So, if you see a scam team, just use this team against it and you will win 99% of the time. But what counters this team, you asked? Well, your standard team. Standard team usually composed of Hollyberry, Pitaya, and whoa, I can already see you typing in the comments, I don't have Pitaya. Well, good news for you, you don't necessarily need Pitaya. Instead of Pitaya, you can always use Wildberry. He is always a replacement for Pitaya in pretty much every mode. If you use Wildberry, do keep in mind you have to run him on full damage resist. But yeah, let's put the real member back in, Pitaya. Not you! A little mistake goes a long way. Okay. Toppings. Toppings for this team will be full DR Holy Berry, then full attack Pitaya because you want them to be dealing damage, of course. Here, full damage is a Stardust. Psst, if you don't have Stardust, use Moonlight, same toppings, just saying. Then full damage is just pure vanilla because we want him to be staying alive, of course. And here, full cooldown Snapdragon. Yeah, and I know, a lot of people don't have Snapdragon. Well, good news for you. There is 7 BTS members. You can use more than one. Just replace your Snapdragon with BTS. It's fine. And for treasures, we will be using the Rare Scroll, Clock, and Whistle. Some people like to replace Whistle with Insignia, but I find that Whistle is a slight bit better for me. But yeah, this team will always be beating the Speed team, and it will be beat, usually, by the Scam team. But that's it for the actual layout of the team. It's pretty easy to win, you just have to set your team accordingly. So let's try it on this guy that's in Grandmaster 1, a very high rank. See, this is a Pitaya team, so that means we will be using our Scam against it. It will most likely lose, I'm gonna be honest, because they have really good promotions, but usually it wins. But see, this is a Speed team. How do we know? Because there's a Madeline in it and a Kunaman in it, and that's very, very typical of Speed. So we will change our second team to the standard team, because that beats this. And then the third team will be a Scam team, see? With the donuts, the Revelvet, and all the DPS. So we will be using our Speed team against it. So let's go right in, shall we? Lord, this guy's number 1. Your Scam team does have a decent chance of losing, unfortunately. It's not much we can do about that, because Scam is just not the best team for this mode. But sometimes it will win and clutch through. In this case, I lost, but your other teams have a way, way higher win rate, and that's what matters. It's that easy. Just know how to play your cards correctly and counter the right people, and you will win pretty much every time. Nothing else to be said. I can show you some more examples of me using the teams, but I don't need to explain much more. You can just push in Mayhem this way very easily. As long as if you have the tickets, you can just push. And the rewards are quite worth it. It really is not a mode that you should be slacking. You can get Pitaya Soul Stones, so many gems. Look how many medals I have just from playing Mayhem. I have so many medals to use, and I really think it's worth pushing. So I hope you do too. But yeah, that's all you're gonna hear from me. I hope this video will be helpful for you, and if you liked it, maybe consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. You'll be out.
Why? I will not falter! first. Alright. It's gonna be quick. I will not falter! 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 Light, protect me! I will not falter! I will not falter! Light, protect me! Charge! I'll rip you to pieces! Protect me! I'll rip you to pieces! Light, protect me!